Brock Purdy was trying to be legendary. He was 3 points away from making history as the only quarterback drafted as Mr. Irrelevant to win the Super Bowl, unfortunately for Niners fans. The burgeoning GOAT took the crown again. That would be Patrick Mahomes. Purdy played well, but there's no consolation prize in the Super Bowl.
I mean, a lot of guys are quiet, and a lot of guys are still quiet right now. Not a lot has been said. It just hurts. You know, we have the team, obviously, to do it, to win the whole thing, and come up short like that. You know, the way things have been the last couple of years here, everyone wanted it so bad. So I think we're still trying to sort of gather, you know, our thoughts and everything right now. But everyone in that locker room loves each other, I'll tell you that.
Ugh, heartbreaking. Shannon, tell me this. Did Purdy prove he's a top quarterback to you yesterday?
I got more questions.
Oh, my gosh.
Because he just said, what did he say, Stephen A? We had the team to win the Super Bowl. Right. You had a 10-point lead. 3 of 12 on third down, 25%. And I told you, Dio, oh, he's going to silence all the critics. Oh, all this goes away. I said, Dio, if he doesn't win this game, you'll still have more questions about Brock Purdy. And with that team, no excuses. You had Debo. You had Ayuk. You had C-Mac. You had Trent Williams. You had everything that you needed. Because let me ask you a question. If I put Patrick Mahomes on San Francisco, how many championships do they win, Dio? If I gave him that, don't do this.
Mahomes.
Whoa. With that roster, if I give Josh Allen that roster, if I give Lamar Jackson, if I give Joe Burrow that roster, because that's what you're saying. That's what, no. You're saying he's top. So what's top? Top 10, top 12, top what? Top what?
He's firmly top 10. Brock Purdy is firmly a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. He's absolutely played himself in the top 7 conversation.
I mean, I can rattle off 7, 8 names off the top of my head that I would take instead of him. And if I put those guys in that same offense, they would be better than him. That's just me. I think there's still questions about the shouldn't say greatness, but I still have. He didn't silence all, but he had done a great job against Green Bay coming from behind. He did a great job against San Francisco. But Dio, you know how this works. When you got that roster, you got to close the deal. I still have questions, and I'm sorry if you don't, that he's answered all your questions. He's checked all the boxes, but he hasn't for me.
Yeah, Big JTV, like the video on y'all way in. I appreciate y'all for showing love to the channel. And all the day one subscribers and supporters, man, love and appreciate y'all. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Brock Purdy. Let's talk about the insane Super Bowl that we watched last night. Super Bowl 58, my mistake. 25-22. Big win for the Kansas City Chiefs. It took overtime. It took a game-winning drive. It took a game-winning touchdown from Mecole Hardman, of all people. Mecole Hardman, the dude that was playing on the Jets. Yes, he was playing on the Jets to start the season, and now he has another ring on his finger. Shouts out to him. Shouts out to Mahomes. Let's start off with that. Let's just start off with that. Before we go on the Brock Purdy thing, shouts out to Mahomes. 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, though. But he carried that ball 9 carries for 66 yards. He led his team in rushing. Let me just remind you of that. Not Pacheco, Mahomes. And every single one of those 66 yards was critical to them winning. Critical to the Chiefs hoisting that Lombardi, especially that 4th down and 1 play in overtime. And so the thing about Brock Purdy, right? I don't agree with Unc that there's still more questions about Brock Purdy. We know what Brock Purdy is. Cam Newton told y'all who Brock Purdy was, but y'all didn't want to believe it. Let me tell you something, man. Somebody owe Cam Newton some money. We owe Cam Newton some apologies, some money. I kind of salute, you know what I mean? I salute Stephen A. for giving him an apology, Friday on First Take. I salute Stephen A. for being classy like that. Because we owe him an apology. He's been right about every single quarterback that he called the game. Dak Prescott, game manager. Tua Tagovailoa, game manager. And Brock Purdy, again, is proven to be a game manager. Okay, and then on the other side of the field, we saw somebody that is called a game changer, called Patrick Mahomes, who willed his team into another championship, who was able to not only execute when he needed to, because that's what game managing is. Game managing, in my eyes, is executing the plays when it's time and it's necessary, right, without causing turnovers or making big mistakes. Did Brock Purdy do that? Yes. Matter of fact, I'm going to say this. Brock Purdy played a very good game. Did he play a great game? No. Did he play an MVP game? No, because had the Niners won the Super Bowl, the MVP would have went to Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey would have won the MVP, Super Bowl MVP, had the Niners won the game, right? But Patrick Mahomes won the MVP because Mahomes decided to be a game changer and make game-changing plays, multiple of them. You know what I mean? Finding Kelce within the second half of the football game when Kelce was completely blanketed out in the first half. Finding Rashid Rice after he missed it. Rashid Rice a lot of times in the game. You know what I mean? On I think a critical third down play. Finding MVS for that touchdown after that, muffed punt. You know what I mean? Right away, finding MVS, but getting Marquez Valdez-Scantling involved in the game. You know what I mean? Making plays with his legs. There were at least 2-3 scrambles in this game that were critical to keeping drives alive. Extremely critical. You know what I mean? And other than that interception, Mahomes played a pretty solid game, especially in the second half. And that's the difference between a game manager and a game changer. Right? And you know what? I have people all up on my comments and my videos going off on me. Oh, Brock Purdy, Cam Newton is jealous of Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, Brock this, Brock. Shut the hell up. Let's start with shutting the heck up. Because let me remind you this. As great as Brock Purdy has played this entire season, and I give Brock Purdy respect, Brock Purdy is now a top 10 quarterback. I would maybe say he's top 8. And he's probably within the 7 and 8 range. You know what I mean? I'm not putting him top 5. Top 5 is a game changer. And guess what? Mahomes and the Chiefs faced 2 game changers before they faced Brock Purdy. They faced Josh Allen, beat him and his team, right? They faced Lamar Jackson, beat him and his team. So for me, I'm gonna eat some crow myself for me not believing that Mahomes and the Chiefs would overcome a game manager who is Brock Purdy, because I overlooked how great, and let me repeat what I'm saying, how absolutely great that Chiefs defense is. The Chiefs defense, I overlooked it again, and I feel dumb. And I shouldn't be, because my assessment of the game was that the Niners would stick to the game plan of giving Christian McCaffrey the ball, getting Debo involved, getting Kittle involved, and Brock Purdy would make the necessary plays that, an individual like Jimmy Garoppolo often would have missed, right? I thought that, the Kansas City Chiefs defense would be overwhelmed. No, but the Kansas City, the Swifties, I should call them Swifties, they not only engaged, but they penetrated the offensive line of the Niners and got them making mistakes. You know what I mean? A lot of, flags for going off sides, a lot of penalty flags, and they made a lot of mistakes. Like in the second half of this football game, right, there was a certain point where the Niners had only got 3 yards of passing offense. 3 yards in the second half of the game. And this was like the third quarter, I think. You know what I mean? They were having a ton of 3 and outs, right? And at that point, you're giving Mahomes another chance to walk his team down the field to not only get a touchdown, but get field goals. And then Buckner very clutch kicker, kept on making them. So in summation, in conclusion, I don't agree with Unc saying that, he still has questions about Brock Purdy, because the questions were answered a while ago. Brock Purdy is an elite game manager, okay? He just faced a better defense. Let me repeat what I just said. He just faced a better defense, third time's the charm. Brock Purdy faced a better defense, right? And had a better coach, offensive coach that he faced against, and a better quarterback he faced against. He at least took the Chiefs all the way to overtime. All the way to overtime. I mean, Josh Allen can't say that. Lamar Jackson can't say that. Tua Tagovailoa can't say that. Right now, the issue is probably Kyle Shanahan should have went for it on fourth down and gotten in the touchdown to pressure the Chiefs into getting a touchdown, or at least getting a 2-point conversion after they get a touchdown. That's debatable. There were some missed throws that Brock Purdy could have made. That's not even debatable. That's just fact. But that's where you see the different tiers and caliber of quarterbacks. But that doesn't mean we have to poop all over Brock Purdy because he missed maybe a few throws. No. He took his team solidly into the Super Bowl, and had he not made plays in the previous games, this Niners team would have been out of it, and we would have had Detroit versus the Chiefs. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Y'all agree with Unc? Or y'all agree with me and Dan Orlovsky that, hey man, we have our answers about Brock Purdy. He's solidly a top 10 quarterback. Just because he can't beat the number one quarterback doesn't mean he's a complete failure. And that's the problem with hot take culture. They think it's only one thing or the other, but there's shades of gray, a lot of purple in these conversations. Big J TV, check out these videos at the end. I'm out.